Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You got your boys here, Lanny Bert, the Dividend Diplomats. I have been doing some portfolio cleanup over the last week or so. I've been talking about stocks I want to kick out of there and instead put it into high quality dividend stocks that I already own. You know what? I freaking did it last week. I acted on it, and this video is going to tell you about the two big moves that I made last week that helped grow my income a little bit.
Guys, before we get to the dividend diplomat cleanup for Bert, smash that subscribe button. Give us a nice thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds. We appreciate the love and the support here on this channel as we help you on your personal finance journey, getting that dividend income, boosting that passive income. And that's exactly what Bert did. He boosted his passive income, not just in his Roth account, but also in his taxable account. Bert, can't wait to hear what you did.
That's right. And if you've been following our channel, one of the things we've talked about is the desire to have less stock tickers to follow. We have a lot of companies. We bought a lot of individual stocks over the 10 plus years since we've been investing. And the funny thing is, after a while, you look at it and you're like, how the heck do I own this many companies? I own over 60 plus stocks or individual funds. And honestly, it'd be nice to trim it down. What was fun is, as you said, Lanny, it was in my Roth and in my traditional account. The Roth, what I did focused on the cleanup, I had 3 spinoffs that were just sitting there in my portfolio. I never planned on adding to them in my Roth, and they were just sitting there. So you know what? I was like, forget about it. Get out of the portfolio. It's time to make a move and put them into a very high quality dividend stock.
Just tell him Johnny sent you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's
And
what you
you're
did, man. You made 2 big overall moves, really, kind of like 4, 2 sells, dumps, and then 2 buy acquisitions here. And you allocated all the proceeds into 2 already positions that you have, really bolstering what you believe in. And you did it by minimizing the tax impact, and you maximized some dividends to be added here. So, Bert,
That's right.
walk us through the first move you did within the Roth IRA camp.
Yeah, I didn't sell Lanny's Vanguard trifecta, you betcha. I instead sold the trifecta spinoff, you betcha, here, because I dumped 3 spinoffs from holdings that were in there. I sold Orion Office, ticker symbol ONL, Kyndryl, ticker symbol KD, which came from IBM. I should have mentioned Orion Office came from the Realty Income reit acquisition. Stay tuned for that. And then the last one was Viatris, ticker symbol VTRS. That was from the Pfizer spinoff. So in total, between the 3, I had $368. Of that, 250 was from Viatris. The other 2 was split just about $60 on average each. Interestingly, cutting these 3 only reduced my income by $14.37. Kyndryl didn't pay a dividend. Orion paid a 7.6% yield, but that was only on a $56 market value. Viatris had a 4% yield on my 250, so that dropped $10. So that's what made up the 3 losers that I kind of cut there and got rid of from in the Roth account.
So,
Yeah.
Bert, total proceeds was about $368 you brought in from the sale, reduced your overall income $14 with a yield of 3.9%. No growth from Orion Office on the dividend side. Viatris kind of has a pause for the last couple of years, and Kyndryl, like you said, didn't pay one. So you had this almost $370. And then you said, I know where I'm going with this bad boy. Where did you move the proceeds?
Yeah, the company's like, I'm coming home. That's where Orion Office came from. They were spun off from Realty Income, ticker symbol O. So I just rounded it up. I bought 7 shares with the proceeds at a market value of $387.17. So they were just over $55. Added $21.56 of income. The yield is 5.57% on that. So in total, the cash that I took is now producing $21.56. That's a net pickup of $7.19 on the nearly $400 of cash that was moved out of those 3 losers that I didn't really want in my portfolio anymore into a company that I have been building. And look, I've been talking about how much I've wanted to build my Realty Income position. Sure, it's climbed up since the 45 and the 50s, but I just featured it on Monday anyway as one of my top stock picks. I love the company, and this is part of what helped put me over 200 shares total of Realty Income. So that drip and that monthly dividend from everybody's monthly dividend paying stock is finally going to make a difference, which is why I was so pumped to just take this little cash and put it into a position that's going to add a punch to my monthly dividend total.
Adding the punch to the total, baby. That's what it's all about here, guys. So that was the one purchase. Added
Mhm.
$7 in income. Obviously, O's yielding a little bit closer to 5.6. Obviously, if you caught Saturday's video, almost 5.7 at the time of that. But Bert, you weren't just
Yeah.
done there. You moved into the taxable account, aka the freedom account, aka bring on that passive income, baby. And there was a certain bank stock that you said, "Hey, it's time for me to exit it." So tell us
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, so Laney and I love banks. A while ago, I bought a community bank in Ohio, CSB Bancorp, ticker symbol CSBB. The theory was there are a lot of bank mergers, bank acquisitions, so you get paid a nice dividend, the stock price would grow, get acquired, you get a nice pop. That was the theory of our investments into a lot of these community banks. That just never happened. This position literally just stood still over time. This thing has done nothing. And to make it worse, the dividend just never really grew that much either. It would grow every quarter, maybe a penny. It's a very small amount. It's only yielding around 4%. So after a while, it wasn't doing anything with the market value. Yield and dividend wasn't growing. And on top of it, the banking sector just continues to get beaten down. And this has been 2023 and early 2024 is a tough year for banks. I didn't really like the growth prospects for this one for a long time. So I said the time is up to move it into a stock that I have really been watching. So in total, I sold my 28 shares of this. The market value is $1,080. So I'm losing nearly $43 of income at that yield of 3.94%. However, I found a better stock to invest it in. One thing worth noting, this was taxable, so I will actually comment on the tax piece of this. It was only a $23 gain. So this really, when I say this stock has just been flat for the years I've owned it, that's it. $23 gain on this.
Hey, you're probably one of few within the banking industry that if you've owned it for a year plus, that you're sitting flat.
Yeah,
Some might be sitting up if they were buying it during the bad times, but if you owned it before then, that's a really good situation you were in here.
that's right. So where did I put it? One of my other top picks I've been featuring this year so far today, AEP, ticker symbol AEP. I've mentioned how much I've wanted to grow this position. So I took the nearly $1,100. I moved it all directly into AEP, grabbed it below $80 per share. That was usually the price that I had been targeting it of late. So I bought 14 shares for $1,093.75, added $49.28 of income because their yield is a little bit higher. It's about 55 basis points higher, 56 basis points higher. So I added $6.72 in total from this. Like I said, my position isn't as large as Realty Income. It's not 200 shares of AEP, but I am pumped up that I'm continuing to grow this. We now have 48 shares, producing $169.71 of annual dividend income. So that drip is going to pack a nice punch for AEP. It's going to get at least half a share per quarter at the current stock prices.
Nice job there, guys. So to recap on this one, he exited CSBB, CSB Bancorp, brought in 1,081, reinvested into AEP, American Electric Power based in Columbus, ticker symbol is AEP, put 1,094 in, added $6.72 in additional income from the transaction. So between the two, he added just about $14 of new dividend income between both accounts when you combine that. Cleaned up his positions. Though the taxable was a 1-for-1, but it's one less position because
Yeah.
he already had AEP. Then in the top, it literally is three less positions in the Roth, moving it all into O.
Look, and it feels good. And I've dragged my feet with actually doing this move. And the reality is, once I did it, it felt amazing. And I'm like, it's done. I don't ever have to think about this. This doesn't pop into my mind once a month or when I'm going through updating my portfolio. It's over. It's like that one. It's like the Vince Carter gift. It's over. This transaction is done. And I added more income along the way. So everybody, let me know what you think about this transaction. Have you also dumped some small positions, some spin-offs, and reinvested into ones that you own? I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in that comment section down there.
Guys, if you haven't, definitely subscribe to this channel, like the video, make some noise for Bert for cleaning up his portfolio and adding income at the same time, all while minimizing to the best of his ability the tax impact. Guys, again, let's all get to financial freedom. We're all in this together. And Bert, leave them with the parting words.
You're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert, the Hurt, and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.